Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Dalvin here from youtube.com/TechTimeCentral, and today for you guys in this video I have a new video on a review of a battery pack here, and I have a review here of the Poldera X4000 battery pack. Now, like I do with most reviews, I'm going to start off with what this battery pack comes with. And this battery pack comes with Poldera's own cable that you can actually use to connect the battery pack to the main charger here, and they call this the mini tricord. The reason they call this the mini tricord is that it's just a regular USB cable here, only it has 3 different connectors. 30-pin connector for older iOS devices, mini USB connector for things like cameras or something, and also a micro USB connector which you can use for Android phones or just other type of phones in general. Now, really, I could use this with my Android phone, which I did, but I couldn't use it with my iPod Touch 5th generation since it is an older connector, and it would have been nice if they included an adapter. So next, I'm going to be going over the look and the design of the battery pack here. The battery pack is actually pretty solid. It's not too heavy. And also, it's actually made of sort of like this matte rubber material that feels soft to the touch. Now, it does pick up fingerprints and dust over time, but really you could just clean it and it'll be fine. Now, the battery pack is a little bit big. It's actually really thick, but you could still probably fit this in maybe a pocket or something. Probably not like with tight jeans, but just in a regular pocket really. Or fit this in just a regular book bag or any pocket in your bag or something like that. Now, the design here is actually a pretty weird shape, and it has a lot of edges and a lot of slants to it. And they said that this design was actually inspired by a stealth fighter jet, which I think is pretty cool. On the front you can see the logo, which tells you how much battery capacity it has, and also at the bottom of the logo you can also see these 4 dots that indicate how much power is left in the power button. Now, if you press this once, it turns on the battery pack, and it tells you how much battery you have left with the indicator dots, and you have to press it once for 1 second to turn it on, and if you hold it for 5 seconds, it turns off completely. Now, looking around on the sides of the battery pack here we actually have a 5-volt 1-amp port, which should give you enough power to charge a regular phone or anything like that. And here we also have a little micro USB port, which you can use a micro USB cable to charge this. And also on this other part of the side, we also have a 5-volt 2.1-amp port for charging more higher capacity devices like tablets or something. Also, if you don't have a micro USB cable, a cool feature of the thing is that it actually has a built-in plug inside, which you can use to plug it directly into an outlet and charge it with it. Now, going over to what you really care about, and the thing that's probably going to make you decide on whether to buy this, is whether it's good at charging. Now, this has 4,000 milliamps of charge, and I actually did a little bit of testing on charging times and how many times it could actually charge my devices with this battery pack. When I was charging my Galaxy S4 on the 1-amp port, it charged my Galaxy S4 in around 2 hours and 17 minutes. And when I did it with a higher capacity 2.1-amp port, I could charge my Galaxy S4 in 2 hours and 2 minutes. Now, when I tried this with my iPod Touch 5, I was able to charge that with a 1-amp port in 1 hour and 40 minutes, and with the 2.1-amp port, it charged in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Now, with some simple math here, I could pretty much tell that this would be able to charge my Galaxy S4 that has a 2600 milliamp battery around 1.5 times total, and it would be able to charge my iPod Touch 5th generation, which has a 1030 milliamp battery, almost 4 times. And also, I'm not able to test this, but with some simple math, it would be able to charge like an iPhone 5S that has a 1570 milliamp battery 2.5 times. Now, since there are 2 USB ports on here, you could have 2 devices charging at once, but they will charge pretty slow even if one of the other devices is on the 2.1-amp port. And when it came to charging the battery pack itself, I pretty much only charged it using this plug, the built-in plug, and I have to say that actually took a really long time. It took anywhere from like a few hours total just to charge this. Now, going over my final thoughts on the battery pack itself, I have to say this is actually probably one of the best designed battery packs I've ever used. It actually has a great design, and if you care about that type of thing, it'll definitely be an option for you. Now, the battery storage of 4,000 milliamps might not be that much for you, but for me, I was able to easily function with this as my main battery pack, and I have to say that it was actually a little bit better than just a backup battery pack. The fact that there are 2 USB ports is great, and also the fact that there are 2 different ways to charge this is also fantastic as well. If you want to pick this charger up for yourself, it costs $59.99 on their website, on Poldera's website, which you can check out with a link down below. So that ends the video here for you guys. Last week's chosen comment was by Axel Tahir, talking about how he doesn't need a case on his Nokia Lumia since it's already pretty durable. And I gotta say, I'm actually interested in switching in Windows Phone in the near future. This week's comment question is pretty simple. How long does your phone battery last? On Wi-Fi, my Galaxy S4 can last pretty long on a whole entire day, but when I'm using data or something, I only get like 9 hours or so. Answer this question in the comments down below, and I'll choose the best one for next week's video. If you want to contact me, you can of course tweet me on Twitter at TechTimeCentral, and also don't forget to +1 my Google Plus page for extra content. If you want to check out my past review of the Corona Borneo battery pack, you can click on the screen now, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be alerted for more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.